sweet baby.
They told us it was ATRT.
She really stressed that it's not treatable, it's not curable. All they can really do is try to prolong and hope that maybe something works.
He had 2 brain surgeries. One, his counts were so low they didn't think he'd make it out of surgery. But it was, if we didn't do that, we were gonna lose him right then and there. He had a port put in, eventually it broke, we had to have a new one put in. It just seemed like there were surgeries when children wouldn't usually be having surgery.
He was brave when he got all that stuff.
He was brave. He did everything. He continued to smile. And Dr. Porter kept saying, Will let you know when he's had enough. I'm so thankful for all that extra time we got. The first smile, first Christmas, dressing him up for Halloween, all those moments that we never thought we'd get.
Saying goodbye is never an easy thing, but I am able to do it knowing that today is a time for celebration. We celebrate because you are finally at peace, free from a body that failed to match the strength of the heart and soul that lay within.
All of the things that everybody there did for us, they're not billable, they weren't medical, they all swooped in. I said it again, I said, I'm scared I'm gonna fall asleep. And I wanna be awake when he takes his last breath. And he promised he'd be there. And I would kind of wake up and he would be sitting at the end of our bed in a chair.
But at one point I woke up, and as he's walking out of the room, Ben was to my right and Will and Tammy were over here. As he's walking out of the room, he stops and he grabs a blanket and he covers Ben up as he's walking out. And I'm just like, this is our doctor, who's a dad first.
And I think of all those other patients that were, her pager's going off and she's taking care of that, yet acting like there's nowhere else she needs to be, and just truly focusing on our entire family.
Pretty much put 2 twin beds together, I don't know how it was comfortable, and had a king bed in the center of a double bedroom, and that allowed enough room for everybody to jump in, jump out, do whatever they needed to do to be with Will.
Bridge onto the pad and this the helicopter.
And then what else did Jim do with you when you were coming back down the stairs? What did he let you do?
Ran up and down the stairs.
How many times?
10.
Exhausted?
I think Jim was.
That's why Max fell asleep on him later that day. Every family should get that. You need that support, and the hospital needs that support because they want to do this for the families. They don't want to walk away and go everywhere else, but every patient is just as important to them, so they need to be in every room at the same time giving the same amount of support, and there's not enough people.
The cure is attempted, and then it fails or it stops working. And that's when palliative care comes into play.
So it's that balance of treatment and the medicine, and then also living life to the fullest with the time that you have.
From the moment of diagnosis, when we said yes, we'll take any time we can get, that's when palliative care really started for us.
It's critical to treat the family as a whole, to find out what they need, and for siblings especially.
It took its toll. I mean, he just didn't know whether we were coming or going, who was going to be there for him, when he would see us again. I can't even fathom what that must be like for a 5-year-old.
The needs don't go away when a child dies, and again, they go up exponentially. And the hard thing about that is that the families aren't here in the hospital then.
Well, what do you say? You say, I wonder what Will's doing
In heaven.
What do you miss about Will?
Playing with him. Playing games. Holding him. Kissing him. We're trying to raise money for other kids.
we can raise enough money. We can support more more people like Felicia at Albany Med, whose sole purpose is to work with not just the children as they're dying, but with the entire family, and afterwards show up at your house, knock on your door.
As we go forward with one of the dreams that they have for the Will Foundation income would be to hopefully contribute funding to help reserve space in the new hospital tower or in renovated space that's here already.
I picture all the medical equipment needs to be in there, but behind closed doors, so you don't walk in and see the breathing tubes and the oxygen machine. You don't need all that sticking out.
Your mom and I talked today about how our life was on a path, and now we're going on a different path in a different direction. This is what life has given us, and we're at peace with that.
The things that go on in the Children's Hospital are amazing, and they truly are miracles. But they're not funded through traditional reimbursement mechanisms.
He was put here for bigger purpose. And as sad and unfortunate as the situation was, I know that something huge is becoming evident from that little boy.
I promise, Buddy, to not allow cancer to damage our whole family. I won't let what you are going through be in vain.
You left the world a better place than you found it. I can only hope in my long life to accomplish a small fraction of what you did in your short life. I am so proud of you, my little friend. Be brave, be strong. We will always love and never forget you.